Too nervous, very, very dreadfully nervous that I've been and am, but will you say that I'm mad? The disease has sharpened my senses, not destroyed, not dulled them. Above all, the sense of hearing acute. I heard all things in heaven and in hell. I heard many things in hell. How then am I mad? Hearken and observe how healthily, how calmly I can tell you the whole story. I don't know what made me do it. It was just something about him. I think it was his eye. His eye bothered me quite a bit. It was a large eye with a red spot right in the middle of it. Somewhat that of a vulture's eye. It got to be, so I decided I'd just kill him to get rid of the eye. Every night I'd come to his door, and while he was sleeping, I'd just push the door open just a little bit so I could get my head in, and with my lantern, I'd flash it right on his eye. I'd do that every night for a whole week. Till one night I came in, and while I was doing like I always had done, I bumped one. Who's there? The old man jumped up and screamed, "Who's there?" I quickly shut off my light, but the old man stayed up, sitting there. I could tell he was scared out of his wits.
Boom, 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 boom. Boom, 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 boom,
I could hear his heart beating.
boom,
I could hear it. It was loud. It was
boom, 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 boom,
louder, and I knew the
boom,
neighbors could hear it.
boom, boom,
I couldn't take it anymore.
boom, 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 boom.
I killed him. Ah! I couldn't take it anymore. I had to kill him. I had to kill him. I suffocated that son of a gun. I killed him. He's dead now. I didn't know what to do with the body, but then I had this good idea. I'd take the body and cut it up into little chunks and hide it beneath the floor. I only had a knife. A knife. Cut. After I killed him, I took his body and I chopped it up into little pieces and I put it underneath the floorboards. I was quite sure nobody'd be able to find it. I was smart enough that I drained all the blood out of the body and had that thrown away. I was sure nobody could tell what I had done.
East Grand Forks, the police department. Neighbors have been complaining that they heard some strange noises here last night.
Oh, that was just me. I screamed when I was having a nightmare. It was nothing.
Isn't there an old man who lives here?
Oh, he went for a vacation. He's out in the country right now. He'll be gone for about a month.
All right, well, we'll just have to take a look around.
Oh, fine, just look around. I don't care.
Boom, 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 boom.
Can't you hear that?
Boom.
Can't you hear that?
Hear what?
That... I did it! I killed him! I killed the man! He's underneath the floor!
Here's his hand. And another hand. And his head.
Dun-dun-dun.
Then
Cut. True, nervous, very, very dreadfully nervous I had been and am. But why will you say that I am mad? The disease has sharpened my senses, not destroyed, not dulled them. Above all, the sense of hearing acute. I hear all things in heaven and in earth. I heard many things in hell. How then am I mad? Hearken and observe how healthily and how calmly I can tell you the whole story. There was something about the old man that bothered me. I'm pretty sure it was his eye. He had a rather large eye. It had a red spot in it and made it look somewhat like that of a vulture. I just made up my mind that I couldn't take that eye anymore and I would just simply kill the man. Every night I'd come to his room at about midnight when I was sure he was asleep and I'd pry the door open just so much that I could get my head in and look at him. Then I'd shine my light on the eye and look at it for hours upon end. I did this for about a week, till one night I decided I'd have to get rid of the old man. So I did as I always had done. I opened the door and poked my head in with my light and looked at the old man, when suddenly the old man jumped up and screamed, and I sat motionless and turned off my light. I could tell the old man was scared, for he was shaking, and I knew the mortal terror that he felt. After a while, though, he laid down again, and I was sure it was safe, until I heard this strange noise. You know, somewhat of the noise a watch makes when enveloped in cotton. There's this slow, thumping noise. It grew louder and louder, and I was sure the neighbors could hear it. I was sure everybody could hear it. But it's just beating in my ears, so I couldn't take it anymore, and I knew the neighbors would call the police, and I couldn't take it. So I killed the old man. I jumped and I crushed him and I killed him. I strangled him and I killed him. And I put him on the ground. And I wasn't sure what to do next. I looked at him and I decided I'd cut up the body and bury it underneath the floor. Only I could find a knife. Ah, here we go. After that, I decided to cut the old man up and bury him beneath the floor. I was sure nobody could find him then. I could just find a knife somewhere. Here is one. I took the knife and I cut the old man's body into little pieces. Just minute pieces so I could bury him underneath the floor. And I did. I buried him. I took his body, and after I'd killed him, I chopped him up and put him underneath the floor. I drained all the blood out so nobody would know that I killed him, and I had my alibis all worked out. I was sure nobody could figure out what I had done, and I was sure I had gotten away scot-free with my crime.
Open up! Police department! Sergeant Friday, East Grand Forks, the police department. We had a report of a scream here last night.
Oh, it was just me. I had a nightmare and I was screaming in my sleep.
Well, I have to look around anyways. Make sure.
Alright. You can just look anywhere you want. I'm sure you won't find anything. Can't you hear that?
Hear what?
Can't you hear that noise? I hear it. It's his heart. I did it. I killed him. He's underneath the floor. I killed the old man.
Here's his foot! And a hand! And his dentures! And here's his head! Da-da-da. Cut.
True, nervous, very, very dreadfully nervous I had been and am, but why will you say I am mad? The disease has sharpened my senses, not destroyed, not dulled them. Above all, the sense of hearing acute. I heard all things in heaven and in earth. I heard many things in hell. How then am I mad? Hearken and observe how healthfully, how calmly I tell you this whole story. I don't know what it was. There was just something about the old man that bothered me. I think it was his eye. Yes, it was his eye. His eye was large and red, and it looked somewhat like that of a vulture. It got to the point where I just had to kill the old man because I couldn't take looking at the eye any longer. So every night, for a whole week, I went to his room and opened his door just ever so little bit so that I could get my head in my lantern. And I'd flash it on that hideous eye. I'd look at it for a while, and then I'd leave. I did this for a week until about the last day I decided I'd have to get rid of the old man. So that night, I did as I usually had done. I opened the door and poked my lantern in. And as I was looking at his eye, I suddenly bumped something.
Who's that?
The old man jumped up and screamed. I quickly flicked off my lantern and watched him sit there motionless. I knew he was scared. He felt the feeling of mortal terror. I had often felt it myself. He sat up in bed for quite a while and then laid back down. I was sure he didn't know what was going on, but then I heard this strange thumping sound, somewhat the sound a watch makes when enveloped in cotton. The thumping became louder and louder, and I realized it was pounding in my head that I was sure other people heard it, the neighbors, maybe people down the street. I was sure somebody heard it. I couldn't take it anymore. I had to get up. I had to kill the old man. I was killing the man. Strangling him.
Dun.
You left off.
I forgot.
I'm sorry to go.
Okay. Shoot. Start over from the beginning with the little things. Shoot, I can't do this.
See if you can remember next time.
I can't do it.
At least just turn it on, at least.
It's still recording. It was upside down.
Was it?
What was?
Hey, that might be cool just to put last one upside down and then look at it and then quick change it, you know, just for a little laughs.
Is it running? True, nervous, very, very dreadfully nervous I am. I had been and am. But will you say that I am mad? The disease has sharpened my senses, not destroyed, not dulled them. Above all, the sense of hearing acute. I heard all things in heaven and on earth. I heard many things in hell. How then am I mad? Hearken and observe how healthily, how calmly I can tell you the whole story. True, nervous, very, very dreadfully nervous I had been and am. But why will you say I am mad? The disease has sharpened my senses, not destroyed, not dulled them. Above all was the sense of hearing acute. I heard all things in heaven and in earth. I heard many things in hell. How then am I mad? Hearken and observe how healthily, how calmly I can tell you the whole story. Don't know what it was, but there was something about the old man that bugged me. It was his eye. It was his vulture eye. He had an eye, somewhat red and large, somewhat that of a vulture's eye, and it bothered me to no end until I decided I'd have to kill the old man and rid myself of the eye. Every night before or after he'd go to bed at about midnight, I'd come and open his door just a little bit, till I could get my head and my lantern in. Then I'd turn my lantern on the vulture eye and look at it. I did this every night for a week or so, until one night I decided I just couldn't take it anymore. On that night, I did as I'd always done. I came and opened the door ever so little, poked my lantern in, and looked at the eye, and all of a sudden I bumped my lantern.
Who's there?
The old man sprang up in bed. I quickly turned off my lantern and watched the old man. I could tell he was scared. He was feeling mortal terror. He sat there for a while, and finally, after about an hour, he laid back down. I was sure I had gotten away. I knew the old man didn't know what was going on, but I started hearing this strange beating sound that somewhat like that of a watch makes when enveloped in cotton. It was just beating and pouncing on my ears. It was growing louder and louder until I was sure other people could hear it. Maybe the neighbors. It got too loud. I couldn't take it anymore. I jumped on him, I killed him, and I strangled him, and I choked him, and I just suffocated him until I was sure that he was dead. Then I had a brilliant idea. How to get rid of the body. I took the old man and pulled him out of his bed, laid him down on the floor. I decided that I would take the body and cut it up into little pieces. I had to find a knife. I looked around, and where could a guy find a knife in a house like this? And here's one. I took the knife, I cut the man up into small pieces. So I cut him up into tiny little pieces, and I buried him beneath the floorboards. cut up the old man's body, and I was sure nobody would know what happened. I was careful to drain all the blood out and get rid of it so nobody would have any trace of murder around the house. I was just positive that nobody would ever know what happened.
Open up, police department. Good evening. Sergeant Friday, East Grand Forks Police Department. We had a part of a scream around here.
Oh, that was just me. I was having a nightmare and I screamed in my nightmare. It's nothing.
Wasn't there an old man who lived here too?
Oh, he's gone out in the country. He's on a vacation. He'll be gone for a month, couple months, year, 2 years, 5 years. I don't know. He'll be gone for a while.
Well, I'm gonna have to look around, just to make sure.
That's fine. Just look around. I'm sure you won't find anything, you know. It's not like any foul plays went on here or anything. Can't you hear that?
Hear what?
That noise, it's the heart, it's his heart, it's heartbeating. I did it, I killed the old
Whose
man.
heart?
The old man's heart, I killed him, and I put his body parts underneath the bed. I did it, I admit it.
Stand over there. It's his foot. And his hand. Oh, you even took out his dentures.
Yes, I did.
And here's the head.
Da-da.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
You get a good grade, Mrs. Maney.